Welcome everyone to HFN, also known as HueFin News. Today is June the 1st, 2021. We're going to give you all our high tide stock price prediction. See if this particular market can make all-time highs, all without being confused, because we're going to show you all the confusing chart today. And as to why so many people lose money, because they have so much confusion when they look at price charts. The market is relatively simple and easy to understand. And once you understand that, you can actually move freely in the stock market and make some great plays and not be dependent on someone else to give you the next action or the next price movement, right? So we're going to show you our way of doing price prediction versus other people on this particular channel. If you want to join us, you're more than welcome. You can join this team, join our community by liking the video, sharing, subscribing. We're not going to be here to confuse you. We're not going to spend 20, 40, 50 minutes per video just speaking out of both sides of our mouth, giving you a lot of ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to give you an idea as to where market is going to go so that we can get in a position and win, right? We're here to dominate the market. We're here to control and win and profit in this space. And you can do it all without being confused. So let us show you. Now, first things first, let me show you a confusing chart, okay? Now, the product of this chart is talking about Roku. Okay, the ticker symbol is ROKU, and it is from Dragon Boys. They did this chart 17 hours ago. They posted this, and I just want you to simply look at how confusing this is. Look like an EKG machine. You have a lot going on this particular chart. So where do you pay attention to? Which one has more credibility on pulling the trigger on when to jump into the market or when to get out? There is so much confusion going on in this chart. And take a look at what this individual writes. I told you, if you've been on this video before, on our channel before, that look for some keywords and it tells you whether or not an individual knows what they're talking about or they're clueless. All right, so listen to this. This is what he writes. Needs to break the channel 355 and 360, needs to be confirmed. Cloud resistance as well. With volume coming in for growth, would be interesting to watch if this thing pushes through resistance this week, especially given the short week. So you're still sitting the sideline and you still have no basis as to where the market is anticipated to go for Roku. So you have all of this on your chart and you're still sitting the sideline understanding if this market can go higher or lower. Great job. Somebody even wrote in the comment section a gross chart. Somebody responded, my man paid for TradingView Pro so he can add all the indicators. All these indicators and you're still showing confusion. Even somebody had the ability to even realize that this is ridiculous, having all this on your chart. You guys need to be careful and where you're getting your information from. I'll just be honest with you and tell you that. Would you rather look at this or would you rather get this? All right. So now let's talk about, can high tide make all-time highs real quick? All right. So the first things first, for us, we document where the market has already been. Okay. Where have we been into the market in high tide? Are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Because the chart doesn't lie. This market in high tide is in an uptrend. Excellent. This is the first thing you need to see in determining whether or not a market is going to go higher or lower. What trend are we in? And currently this market in high tide is in an uptrend. Fantastic. That's something that we needed to see. Second, let's see if we're still getting strength into the market or not. 3-day time frame looks fantastic here in high tide. I like it. 2-day time frame. Seeing the same thing. So what I'm seeing here into the market in high tide is definitely hinting at some market strength. So our only reason is to anticipate how high the market is going to go. That's the only thing we need to be worried about. And we already see into the market in high tide that we hit restriction is around $9. Okay. This is where the market restriction currently is in high tide. Right there around $9. Okay. That's the only thing that's in his way of this market in high tide really making a bigger movement to the upside. We've seen numerous 5-day price bars to where the market in high tide could not break above $9. So keep that in mind. Take a look at this on a weekly. The weekly time frame looks even more fantastic in terms of I'm not really expecting this $9 area to have a big impact on high tide going higher in price. I'm not. And then when you look at this on a monthly perspective, even amidst the last 2 months, I mean for April and March, those 2 monthly price bars, we did see weakness in high tide. But for last month, the month of May, we still endure weakness, but the market was able to close on the high of the bar. So that tells me that there was enough interest into the market to where people bought up the selling that came through the last 2 months. Right there. Okay. So when you look at price charts, what you're really looking at is the activity, is people transacting business on where they're expecting the market to go. Some people from the last 2 months were looking for the market in high tide to go lower. That's why the market dipped. This month, for the month of May, last month, people felt that the price was relatively cheap and they jumped on the ship to buy it. That's the only thing price bars are for, is to give you a gauge as to a level on which of the majority buyers or sellers is having the dominant control of the market. That's all. And once you realize that, you get rid of all the fog, all the confusion from this space. Just like that last chart. All those indicators don't tell you that. So let's go ahead and do this price prediction. I'll let you all go. Don't want to spend too much time here. But again, we're going to play the strength into the market in high tide. And our support area is going to be right there around $7.45. Now, the only issue I'm seeing is $9, right? We need to pay attention to the price in high tide around $9. Okay. Now I'm going to bring it all the way up here towards $10 in high tide. That's what I'm expecting the market to try to hit. I do see around $9.30 as well. So I will come through and do our initial TP around $9.30, which will give us 6.5% profitability. I'm going to bring it up there towards $10 ultimately, which will give us 14%. And that's it. So yeah, we're looking for this market in the high tide to continue to give us some strength, some price movement higher. And this is the 3s time frame, and I'm definitely looking for this market in high tide to give us some price movement higher. So that's it. We're in position. This is what we're expecting the market in high tide to do over the next couple of days. All right, so now I want you all to tell me, what do you all think? Do you expect the same thing? Do you see the market weak? Where do you think the price is going to go? Right? You need to become more independent in your analysis for you understand when to get in and when to get out. Let us know. Make sure you maintain a profitability, and as always, trade different.